I will have my team introduce ourselves. I am the moderator for this round. My name is Lisa Massoni. I'm from California. My second moderator.
Hello. I'm Ken Andino. I'm from Virginia. I will be trying to remember to paste the bonuses into the chat, so just pipe up if I forget to do that.
And we have a third moderator today.
Hi, everybody, or this is for Ken. Hi, everybody. I'm Sherry Dorfler, and I am also from Virginia.
And if there are coaches who need to send a message with a challenge or anything, that will go to Sherry Dorfler. We have two scorekeepers. Who's primary today?
I'll be primary today. I'm Kiana, and I'm from California.
And we have a secondary scorekeeper.
Hello, I'm Gwendolyn. I'm from Virginia, and I will be corroborating scores with Kiana.
And our timer today.
Hello, Sarah Whipple from Oklahoma. I will be keeping time.
So if you are in the audience as a coach, please keep your camera and microphone off. And again, coaches can send private messages to our third moderator with a challenge or concern. Keep checking the SCED for upcoming sessions. Don't forget that many colloquia are pre-recorded and you can listen to them anytime. By participating in this session, you are agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines, which I will go over. Do not record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove a participant from Zoom for not following the guidelines and/or the NJCL Code of Conduct. And yesterday you should have heard the clarification about pronunciation and spelling. If we have a question about your pronunciation, we may ask you to spell according to Rule 12C. If the spelling reasonably captures the sound, you're good. If you use the chat to spell or because of audio difficulties, you may be asked to pronounce. And you're at that point, you're expected to pronounce it properly. If the answer is clearly incorrect, the moderator has the discretion to reject the answer. Please remember to wait until being recognized, even if you appear first on your own screen, because that may be different from my screen. For audience members at score checks 5, 10, and 15, audience members may clap using Zoom reactions or type encouraging words in the chat at score breaks. At 19, we ask for only Zoom clapping reactions. Audience members in Zoom may turn on their cameras and microphones at the end of the round. All right, I will read the Aurelia passage for you, which I will put in the chat. Aurelia, cui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. 30 ludos magnos Iois in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus eratos domum recurrere quiepit. Ehu. Do you guys have any questions about my pronunciation? Okay, as I said, I do prefer cameras on for my purposes, but that means you do need to be very careful about not doing things that might be construed as consultation, including gestures. The only approved methods of communication with your teammates is voice or chat on Zoom. There should be no exclamations about consultation or other rules or procedures during a question. If a player has a question, you can raise your hand or use your voice to ask the question. Moderators have discretion to make rulings. Please be polite and respectful of our judgment. If you aren't satisfied with the way things end up, you can contact Ms. Longo, the Certamen chair. Have the team captains identify themselves with their little stars there. So we have Indiana 1, we have Georgia Purple 1, and sorry, I'm looking at the short version. Is it Texas Gold 1? Okay, excellent. And so remember that during the bonus, whoever says final answer, that will be accepted. Once time is called, the next thing said is your final answer. You've done this. This is your third time doing this way. So hopefully it's pretty straightforward. Any questions for me at this point? Okay, then we just need the official go-ahead that we're good to go. And I'm not very good at telling jokes.
Has anyone gotten to watch one of the colloquia? No? Some of you are familiar. I know I've told you to go see the colloquia before. They're pre-recorded, and you guys have an advantage over every other Certamen player because normally colloquia are scheduled during Certamen. So you have an exceptional chance this year of actually getting to watch them. I highly recommend it.
I was going to watch them after all the Certamen, though. Like, after the final round. Instead of in between.
Sometimes colloquia will be about Certamen questions. Just saying. Everyone's
Like you could learn something at a colloquium that would help you with Certamen.
Or maybe you learned it before and then they say it and then you're like, oh, I just watched this one.
Guess it's a little bit too late to do that then now, though.
It's a little late now.
Well, I mean, you still have semifinals and finals.
Oh yeah, you do. Oh, Braden is not optimistic.
I wish I could say that, but
You know what I need to remember to do next year is get a crash course in pop culture from my 12-year-old daughter before World Series of Certamen.
Yep, because it comes up. They do a good job of that. I was pretty good in World Series whenever I was still like college age, like an SCL age person. But now that I have aged out of SCL, you can't really, but you know what I mean. So how many of you have been to convention before? Because you're novice, so I'm interested. No? So this is your very first convention? Well, you look very well rested, and I can tell you that is an exceptional thing for a convention. I'm one of the Oklahoma State chairs, and I've done my best to keep the experience authentic for our 4 out of 5 of our participants. This is their first convention. Our fellowship is scheduled when it's supposed to be, and everything's done so late, they're like falling asleep at their computers.
That's the one thing that works in our advantage, because in California, when everything done is 9 p.m. So we're having fellowship at a reasonable hour.
I'm like,
course,
yeah, you guys are great.
we're getting up a little early, but
Yeah, I feel for you guys. And your kids every morning is testing at 9 a.m. When you're at physical convention, there's usually only one testing session that's at 8 a.m. And that's the one where you're like, but you go and you take the tests.
I always have kids who plan to take every test, and somehow that one session.
Yep. I'm going to be honest, the last time we were in Richmond, that's the session I missed. I was in a room without a roommate and I slept through my alarm. So I didn't make it to the 8 a.m. testing session that year. Yeah.
All right, so it looks like we just got Lainey. Lainey, can you go ahead and change your?
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Please apologize for my defunct computer.
Sorry, the computer had a few issues.
It happens. We understand. Okay, Lainey, you've identified yourself as North Carolina, but the teams we're supposed to have in here are Georgia Purple, Texas Gold, and Indiana.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I joined the wrong thing.
Okay.
No worries. So, how's it going?
Long days of studying that don't really pay off.
Oh, colleges. So I've been missing the food from convention, believe it or not. I know you wouldn't expect that, but the food has actually gotten really good. But you know what is going out of style, and it makes me really sad. And I understand why it's going out of style, but it still makes me really sad. Ice cream machines, like the soft serve ice cream machines. North Dakota had one because their dining hall hasn't been updated in the past decade. But everyone else who's been updated, like ice cream machines are difficult to service. They're difficult to keep clean. They're difficult to keep full. They're just difficult. But when I was your age, one of my favorite things about going to any college campus was being able to put soft serve vanilla in the bottom of my cup and then going and getting root beer and having a root beer float every lunch and every dinner. It was just a little slice of heaven, and I really miss it. So I will say I've seen some good alternatives, like in Montana. I can't remember the university, but we were in Montana for a grown-up Latin convention. ACL is what that's called. And they didn't have a soft serve ice cream anymore, but they had a freezer full of ice cream bars and ice cream cones. And that was a good substitute for me. It was acceptable. It wasn't the same as my cup with my root beer float, but it was an acceptable alternative. Especially since in Montana, they're famous for huckleberry. So they had huckleberry ice cream individual serving cups, and they had huckleberry ice cream sandwiches. So good. If you like berries at all, you like huckleberries, even if you never had them before. I can't even describe what kind of berry they're close to. It's like all of the berries mushed together. They're really good. But I think the most intriguing food we've had in a long time was in Bloomington, Indiana, the University of Indiana. If you have food allergies, one thing you want to really make sure whenever you're going out to look at the cafeterias are what do they have available for you if you have food allergies. So we had a young person who could not have any gluten for medical reasons, like would go to the hospital if she had gluten, and she had no trouble in Indiana because they had a completely separate station, like in the middle of the cafeteria for the sensitivities. There was no gluten, no nuts, all of those things like that, no dairy, Like all of the eggs, all of the big allergens were ruled out. We haven't had, well, I'm not going to name names, but there were other universities that hadn't been updated in the past decade that did not have those. So that is definitely something to look at. If you are one of those that suffers from severe food allergies, make sure you take a look at the dining services whenever you're going out for your college visits, because that's going to be something that's really, really important for you. And you know, if you're one of those that you can't go to college without an ice cream machine, be looking for that.
Earlier today, I was recalling my first convention, which was at the University of Kentucky, and they did not do a great job at dietary things. So I had some students with me who were vegetarian, and there was a lunch that was hamburgers, and they were told, well, just eat the bun.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had another kiddo that had just converted to vegetarian when we were in Alabama. And I told her, like, it was hard. And they at first were not,
Okay, we just got the go ahead, and since it's nearly 15 after, we probably need to start.
Okay,
So we will start with a practice question. I will read one practice question now for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in this tournament. Toss up. In the Roman house, what was the function of a Texas Gold 2?
To light up the house?
Yes. What was the function of the confluvium to light up the house? Your first bonus, Texas. In what room of a Roman house would one find a confluvium?
Just
Atrium. I don't know.
Yeah, the atrium.
okay.
Sorry, I forgot to let you say final answer,
Yeah,
but it's
okay.
for practice, and you're all good. It's an atrium. Second bonus. What was the name of the pool found directly underneath the confluvium where rainwater would collect?
Impluvium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impluvium.
Impluvium, final answer.
Impluvium is correct. Okay, so now that your moderator has gotten her first question jitters out, are you guys good? Any questions? We good to go? Okay, toss up number 1. What man was proclaimed dictator perpetuus approximately 1 month before his former officers? Texas Gold 2?
Julius Caesar.
That is correct. It finished off his former officers led by Gaius Cassius and Marcus Brutus assassinated him on March 5th, 44 BC. First bonus for Texas Gold. Who was co-consul with Caesar at the time of his death?
I believe this was Mark Antony.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Mark Antony, final answer.
That is correct. Second bonus. This was the first consulship for Mark Antony and obviously the last for Caesar. How many consulships did Caesar hold in his life?
2 or 3, right?
No, it's a bit more like 5. I want to say, or 6. 5 or 6.
Five's probably a safer number, I think, because 6 is too close to Marius, I think. So
answer, please.
5.
5 is correct. For the full 20 points on toss-up 1 for Texas Gold. Toss-up number 2. Using 2 words, translate the following sentence into Latin. I have remained for a long time. Texas Gold 1. Answer, please.
Monewi. Do you?
No. Using 2 words, translate the following sentence into Latin. I have remained for a long time. Georgia Purple 3.
Ego Monorom.
No. All right, I've read the question twice. There are no other buzzes. Mansi Diu is the answer we were looking for. Okay. Toss up number 3. Disregarding advice not to go too high or too low. Texas Gold 3?
Icarus.
That's correct. It finishes, who flew too close to the sun and brought his father Daedalus to grief. First bonus for Texas Gold. When Icarus fell into the sea, he and his father were attempting to escape from what island ruled by Minos?
Crete.
Yeah, Crete.
Okay, Crete, final answer.
Crete is correct. Second bonus. Who ultimately found Icarus' body and buried it on the island of Doliche in the Aegean Sea?
Hercules.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. Or Heracles? Hercules, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Heracles.
I don't think it.
Answer, please.
Heracles.
That's fine. That was the full 20 points on question 3 for Texas Gold. Toss up number 4. Translate the following question into English. Qualis est vir? Texas Gold 1.
Of what sort is man?
Okay. Yep. What sort of man is he? What kind of man is he? What is the man like? First bonus for Texas. Translate the following question into English. What always Regina habet?
I think
How
this is.
many?
How many birds does the queen have?
Yes.
How many?
Okay. How many birds does the queen have? Final answer.
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time?
How many birds does the queen have?
Yes. Second bonus. Translate this question into English. Ubi est latrina?
Where is latrina?
Or where is the bathroom?
Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Where?
Or wait, isn't it latrina like toilet, not bathroom? But could you say bathroom?
Okay. I guess toilet.
Just say toilet to be safe.
Where is the toilet? Final answer.
Answer, please. Okay. Give us just a sec. We do have bathroom for latrina. Okay, yeah, we're gonna say good on this one. Okay, so that was 20 points on toss-up 4 for Texas. Okay, toss-up number 5. What emperor, after executing his wife Fausta and eldest son Crispus in 3 Texas Gold 2?
Constantine,
Can you be more specific?
the first.
Yes. It finished off, left the empire to be divided among his 3 surviving sons and converted to Christianity on his deathbed in 337 AD. So Constantine the First, or Constantine the Great. First bonus for Texas. Where had Constantine been declared emperor by his father's troops in 306 AD?
In Eberacum. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
I defer to Chan.
Eberacum, final answer.
That's correct. Your second bonus, name one of Constantine's sons who succeeded him.
Okay. I'll name Constantius II.
Okay.
I defer to Chan.
Constantius II, final answer.
Yes. All right, so that was 20 points on toss-up 5, and time for a score check.
Score check after 5. Georgia Purple has yet to score. Texas Gold has 80, and Indiana has yet to score.
All right, and if players, if you could turn your camera on for the score check, thank you. Okay. We will continue with toss-up number 6. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice, then responde latine to the questions which follow. Aurelia et sorores equum ad viam ducebant maxime defesae. Una soror, quae maximos annos sororum habebat, celeriter equum ascendit. Equus quoque defessus erat, itaque stetit in cruribus posterioribus, et sororem ad terram iecit. Reading again. Aurelia et sorores equum ad viam ducebant maxime defesae. Una soror, quae maximos annos sororem habebat, celeriter equum ascendit. Equus quoque defessus erat, itaque stetit in cruribus posterioribus, et sororem ad terram iecit. The question, quo Aurelia et sorores equum ducebant? Texas Gold 1.
Ad viam.
Ad viam is correct. Your first bonus, cur equus stetit in cruribus posterioribus.
Defessus, right? Defessus erat. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Does that sound good? Ian, you're on mute.
Yeah. So like, quod defessus erat.
Okay.
Awkward.
Okay.
Ec-
Quod defessus erat. Final answer.
That's correct. Second bonus. Ubi illa puella nunc iacet.
Ad terram, right?
Yeah. Where did that?
It's at the,
Wait.
it's the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Lie?
Yeah.
Where does that say from that?
The last sentence, the very last word is yake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ad terram.
I think it's in terra.
in
Well, ad terram because like to the ground.
Answer, please.
Okay.
Ad terram?
No, I'm afraid not. You did need to say in terra.
Sorry, guys.
So 15 points
It's okay.
on toss-up 6. Toss-up number 7. Responde Latine. In Phrygia, qui maritus et uxor soli hospitium dederunt Iovi et Mercurio. Responde Latine. In Phrygia, qui maritus et uxor soli hospitium de Texas Gold 3.
Baucis and Philemon.
No. I'll finish reading it the second time. In Phrygia, responde Latine, in Phrygia, qui maritus et uxor soli hospitium dederunt Iovi et Mercurio. Georgia Purple 1.
Coemptia?
No. All right, I have read it twice. The question did ask for a response in Latin, so you did need to say Baucis et Philemon. So no points on question 7. Toss-up number 8. What is the meaning of the Latin verb at the root of exclamation? Texas Gold 1?
To shout.
That's correct. First bonus for Texas Gold. What Latin verb with what meaning is at the root of capture?
Copio?
Yo.
To take. Okay.
Mhm.
Copio to take. Final answer.
Copio to take is correct. Second bonus. What Latin noun with what meaning is the ultimate root of civilian?
US?
I think so.
Or, yeah.
QS meaning citizen?
Yeah. QS meaning citizen. Final answer.
That's correct. For 20 points for Texas Gold on toss-up number 8. Toss-up number 9. In criminal proceedings, there are a number of pleas a defendant may make. What Latin phrase expresses the defendant's wish to not contest the charges? Georgia Purple 3.
Nolo contendere.
Nolo contendere is correct. First bonus for Georgia. Sometimes a defendant may try to argue that they were not of a sound mind during the course of their alleged actions. What Latin phrase would they use to describe this unsound state?
I don't know this.
I got nothing. Something about the mind, but maybe like I was not myself.
Answer, please. Okay, I'm gonna call this one. You're looking for non compos mentis. For your second bonus, a judge may dismiss a case outright if the prosecutors cannot present a reasonable theory of the crime committed. What two-word Latin phrase describes how the case looks at first glance?
Do you think it should be like specto? Because I look at first glance.
It's 2 words.
Maybe it's like conspicuo. Yeah, it's 2 words, but I don't know the other one.
Primo inspicuo. I mean,
Answer,
specto.
please.
I defer to Christian.
Conspicuo.
The phrase is prima facie or prima facie. So that was, I believe, 10 points on question 9 for Georgia Purple. Toss-up number 10. Translate the following sentence into Latin. Marcus, go. Texas Gold 1.
Marque ire.
No. Georgia Purple 3.
Marque io.
No. Repeating for Indiana, translate the following sentence into Latin. Marcus, go. Indiana 1.
Marque iam.
No, the imperative that you are looking for there is just the word E, the letter I. So no points on toss-up number 10, and it's time for another score check.
Score after 10, Georgia Purple with 10 points, Texas Gold with 115 points, and Indiana has yet to score.
All right, and if we can do a quick camera check. All right, thank you. All right, toss-up number 11. What group of goddesses traditionally worshipped on Mount Parnassus? Texas Gold 3.
The Muses.
That's correct. It finished traditionally worshipped on Mount Parnassus and Mount Helicon, included the personifications of tragedy, history, epic poetry, and dance. First bonus for Texas Gold. Which of the muses was typically considered the patron of epic poetry?
Calliope.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Calliope, final answer.
Calliope is correct. Your second bonus, which of the muses was typically considered the patron of comedy?
Dahlia. Yeah.
Dahlia?
No. Thalia with a T.
Like, here, I'll spell it out.
Thalia.
Thalia.
Yeah.
That.
Thalia, final answer.
Thalia.
That is correct. 20 points for toss-up 11 for Texas Gold. Toss-up number 12. Which of the following words does not belong because of meaning? Arbor, flos, agnus, erba. Texas Gold 1.
Agnus.
Agnus is correct. First bonus for Texas Gold. Which of the following words does not belong because of meaning? Concido, contendo, festino, curro.
Conceal or
yeah.
curl, I'm thinking.
It's definitely not contendo and festino.
Yeah.
What does
Curl means run.
What does concido mean? Does that mean like?
I don't know.
So curro is to run, so I think concido.
Yeah, it could have.
Yeah, because they're like both.
Answer, please.
Concido, final answer.
Concido is correct. Your second bonus, which of the following words does not belong because of meaning? Aiger, solicitus, anxious, dulcus.
Dulcus.
Field.
Dulcus is sweet, so isn't it?
Well, Aiger.
They're all like adjectives.
Yeah, but Aiger is sick, and then it's worried, and then worried again, and there's sweet, right? Dulcus, sweet.
Okay, so like
Answer, please.
might mean word. Dulcus.
Dulcus is correct. For 20 points on toss-up 12 for Texas Gold. Toss-up number 13. Complete the following analogy. Lutetia is to Paris as Windobona is to Texas Gold 2.
Vienna.
Vienna is correct. First bonus for Texas Gold. What modern Italian city was once called Mediolanum?
This is Milan.
Yeah.
Milan.
Milan, final answer.
Milan is correct. Your second bonus, what modern Spanish city was once called Emerita Augusta?
Yeah, Barcelona, Madrid. That's all I know.
Like, did Augustus ever buy anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Answer, please.
Is it Madrid? Or...
Okay,
Go with
I
that.
heard Madrid. The correct answer is Merida. So that's 15 points on toss-up 13 for Texas Gold. Toss-up number 14. What Latin verb is the root of the English words clarify, affect? Texas Gold 1.
Faccio.
Faccio is correct. The third word was fact. Bonus 1 for Texas Gold. What derivative of faccio means a group of people usually having the same opinion contained within a larger group?
Faction?
Yeah.
Faction, final answer.
That's correct. Your second bonus, what derivative of faccio means without flaw or complete?
Flawless. No.
Infactile? I don't know.
Factile.
I don't.
I'm just making up words at this point.
Super.
Answer, please.
Superficial.
No, the word we were looking for was perfect. So that was 15 points on toss-up 14 for Texas Gold. Toss-up 15. What youth is central to the first 4 books of the Odyssey, since they describe his Georgia Purple 2?
Telemachus.
Yes, since they describe his journey from his native Ithaca in search of his father. First bonus for Georgia Purple. In Book 3 of the Odyssey, Telemachus visits what coastal city where he encounters 9 groups of men, each sacrificing 9 bulls?
I got nothing.
Me neither. Like, these are like cyclopses.
That wasn't.
Not
He didn't.
Telemachus.
Answer, please.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Okay, the answer is Pylos. Your second bonus. In Book 4 of the Odyssey, Telemachus visits Sparta, where he is hosted by Menelaus and what woman?
That would be
Isn't it her wife? Oh, is this the lady that he saw at? Oh wait, no, never mind.
No. Again, nothing. Sorry.
Answer, please. The woman is Helen. So that was 10 points for Georgia on toss-up 15, and it's time for another score check.
Score check after 15. Georgia Purple has 20 points, Texas Gold has 185 points, and Indiana has yet to score.
All right. Good going, everyone. If you can quickly turn your camera on. And we will go on to the final quarter of questions. Toss-up number 16. Translate the relative pronoun in this sentence. The emperor's guests, whose money had been accepted, were led to the banquet. Georgia Purple 3.
Quibus?
No. Translate the relative pronoun in this sentence. The emperor's guests, whose money had been accepted, were led to the banquet. Texas Gold 1?
Quace.
No. I have read the question twice. The answer is quorum or quorum. Okay. We are going to look into the acceptability of the answer quibus, so we're going to give Georgia the bonuses just in case. So Georgia, your first bonus, translate the relative pronoun in this sentence. One of the emperor's attendants dropped a table which was laden with food.
That's the indirect object, right?
Could you repeat this? Oh, it's in here. Okay, never mind.
What case is indirect object?
Answer, please.
Yes.
Why would be the correct form there. Your second bonus, translate the relative pronoun in this sentence. The advisor to whom the emperor gave a large pension enjoyed a long and happy life.
Can you put in? Okay.
Yeah, it just appeared there.
Do any of you know what pension could be?
Would it be qui? I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Answer,
To
please.
whom?
Do you answer, please? Okay, this one would be cui, C-U-I. So there's the potential of 10 points for Georgia on that one, and it will be settled probably in discussion after the round, so you'll see it in the scores. All right, toss-up number 17. What future emperor, the nephew of Faustina the Younger, was originally named Marcus Annius Verus? Texas Gold 2?
Commodus.
Commodus is not correct. What future emperor, the nephew of Faustina the Younger, was originally named Marcus Annius Verus and is commonly known as Rome's philosopher emperor due to his book on Stoic philosophy called Meditations? Georgia Purple 1.
Pertinax?
No. I will read it all the way through for the second time. What future emperor, the nephew of Faustina the Younger, was originally named Marcus Annius Verus and is commonly known as Rome's philosopher emperor due to his book on Stoic philosophy called Meditations? Okay, the answer to that one is Marcus Aurelius. So no points on 17. Toss-up number 18. At the beginning of book 6 of Ovid's Metamorphoses, Minerva turns her mind to the fate of what Maeonian girl, whom she, Georgia Purple 2.
Arachne?
Arachne is correct. whom she had heard would not yield due praise in the art of spinning wool. First bonus for Georgia. Name Arachne's father who dyed the wool for her, according to the Metamorphoses.
I have no idea.
Forgot this.
Awesome.
Training.
Answer, please. His name was Idmon. Your second bonus, Ovid's Metamorphoses describes the nymphs of the river Pactolus deserting their waves to see Arachne's handiwork. What Phrygian king is also associated with the river Pactolus, having rid himself of a curse by washing his hands in it?
Oh, King.
Midas.
Yeah, Midas. The Midas touch. Yeah. Final answer: the Midas. King Midas.
Midas is correct for 15 points on toss-up 18 for Georgia Purple. Toss-up number 19. For the sentence, the lion had dragged Thisbe's shawl to the spring, give the form of the verb traho that would be needed to translate had dragged. Georgia Purple 3.
Traherot.
Can you say that for me one more time?
Traherot.
No, that's not correct. Texas Gold 1.
Troxerot.
Troxerot is correct. First bonus for Texas Gold. Which of the following verbs is in the present tense? Ducat, manes, dormiam, habebo.
It's either the second or third, I think. Manes?
I think maybe Manes.
I don't know.
Oh. Do any of them stand out to you, Ian?
Well, probably not the first or the fourth.
Answer, please.
Manes, final answer.
Manes is correct. Your second bonus. Which of these participles is future tense? Dictura, intrakos, vincentis, sensi.
No, that's perfect.
It's future tense. Ian?
Vincentis? I don't know.
Answer, please.
Vincentis, final answer.
No, it's dictura. So that was 15 points on toss-up 19 for Texas Gold. And it's time for another score check.
Score check after 19. Georgia Gold has 35, pending an extra 10 points. Texas has 200 points, and Indiana has yet to score.
Okay. Then it is time for the last question of round 3. Responde Latine. Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus est nomen notum. Quod est praenomen in illo nomine? Georgia Purple 1.
Publius.
Publius is correct. First bonus for Georgia. What is the Latin term for the name Africanus?
Wouldn't it be cognomen?
I know it's agnomen, I think.
Wait, was it the third or the fourth word?
It was the fourth. So I'm saying
Answer, please.
Agnomen.
Agnomen is correct. And your second bonus, what are the Latin terms for the names Cornelius and Scipio?
Nomen and cognomen, right?
Isn't it just? Oh, so it's like okay. But isn't it like Scipio Africanus or something? So it's nomen for both.
Nomen and cognomen.
Answer, please.
Nomen and cognomen,
That is correct.
respectively.
Yes, nomen and cognomen. So 20 points for Georgia Purple on toss-up 20. And we will go ahead and see what the score stands at the end of the round.
So the final score check, Georgia Gold with 55 pending review for extra 10 points, Texas with 200 points, and Indiana did not score this round.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to post the link to the score sheet in case you still need it. Remember that the top 9 teams with accumulated points will play in semifinals tomorrow. So look for messages from your coach or from Ms. Longo about that. I want to thank the players for a good round and our audience members for joining us today. I also want to thank our behind the scenes staff and convention organizers. So I hope that you had a good time with virtual Certamen. We got it in under an hour. I think we're doing good. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I popped to another room and then I'll be back for advanced, I think.
Yes, so this room isn't used for intermediate, so I will go ahead and it stays open and the camera's on, but if hopefully intermediate will run smoothly this time, and so if you can be back at about 10 of.
Okay, I actually have I'm going to another room for intermediate and then I'll be back. So
Yeah. I mean, for the people who don't have to work intermediate. Hi, William Lee.
And just want to say hi before you leave.
I like your background.
Thanks. Miss you guys.
You too, William.
Much better in person.
Oh.
Just want to say hi before I pop out.
Good to see you.
Bye. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Lisa. Bye. Thank you for your help, Gwendolyn and Kiana. Y'all did great.
Yes. Thank you, scorekeepers, timers. That went really, really well. Lisa, you did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. I haven't talked this much in like months, and so it keeps making me cough.
Yeah. So see you in 30-45 minutes.
Yep.
All right. See you guys soon.
Alrighty. See you in a little while. It looks like only one of the intermediate rooms is done, so it'll probably be a few minutes.
Yeah, I saw that some of the novice rounds weren't done until like 4:15, 4:25. So then intermediate got started.
I have 650 messages.
650 messages from
being on the Certamen moderators group.
Oh my
700. We've hit 700.
Ah! That's crazy. All right, well, I'm gonna go use the facilities, but I will return very shortly.
What teams do we have this round?
Louisiana, DC, and Indiana.
Cool, thank you.
Hello, everybody. If you can go ahead and rename yourself. There are some intermediate rounds still going on, so it will be a little bit.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
All right. Miss Massoni, have you done a check? Do we know who we've got, who we don't got yet?
It looks like DC is fully staffed. Indiana, do you have a third and fourth player you're waiting for?
We only have 2.
Okay.
How about Louisiana?
Louisiana?
One of our people. Yeah, we only have 3 today.
Okay, looks like you're all here. Somebody just joined. And then Marwan, you look like you are identifying as captain for Louisiana, Alazar for DC, and Aiden for Indiana. Fantastico. All right. And then okay. DC, I'm aware that we owe you a couple of boni. We're going to do those in a minute.
Jenny says we can start pregame.
Okay. All right. So I'll pull that part up. Got way too many tabs open. All right, so the pregame checklist. It looked like you have all renamed yourself. That looks great. So let's go ahead and begin with our virtual buzzer check. Go! I think we need one more. There we go. Awesome. So both Indiana's, all 4 DCs. Very good. Thank you. Everybody has a camera. Remember, so during the round, if you need to save bandwidth or something like that, that is totally fine. We are going to ask you to pop them on during score checks. But other than that, during the questions themselves, if you need to turn them off, that is fine. You may not have any other electronic devices, books, or notes near you. You can have one blank unshared document or a blank piece of paper to write on during rounds. And then the staff for this room, my name's Ken Andino. I'm from Virginia, and I'm going to be reading. And we have other moderators and scorekeepers. If you guys would introduce yourself, that'd be great.
I'm Lisa Massoni. I'm from California. I'll be the second moderator. We do have a third moderator scheduled, I believe. Sherry's coming back.
Okay.
But you can direct questions from coaches to me in a private message.
Timer. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Sarah Whipple, and I will be keeping time for you today.
And we have not one, but 2 scorekeepers.
Hi, I'm Gwendolyn. I'm from Virginia, and I'll be announcing the scores at the score checks and pasting them into the chat.
Hi, I'm Kiana. I'm from California. I probably will not be here for very long because I have to go help out with Open, but I will be here until then.
Okay, great, thank you. All right. Let's see. Then, any audience members or any of our staff, please make sure to turn off all cameras and microphones. They're capable of making noise. Coaches, as Ms. Masoni indicated, if you have a challenge or concern during the round, please send a private Zoom message in the chat to her. This is going to be advanced round 3. Please remember to keep checking the SCED app for upcoming sessions. Don't forget that many of the colloquia are pre-recorded and you can listen to them at any time. By participating in this session, you are agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines, which I will go over. Do not record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove a participant from Zoom for not following the guidelines and or said code of conduct. I was read in round 2, but we'll read it again. The moderating staff wants to give some clarification about pronunciation and spelling on non-language questions. Per Rule 12C, if a student gives a questionable pronunciation, they may be asked to spell. If the spelling offered by the student reasonably captures the correct answer, the moderator may accept it at his or her discretion. Similarly, if you use the chat to spell a word because of audio difficulties, I may ask the student to pronounce the word if there's a question about acceptable spelling variations. If so, the student will be expected to pronounce the word properly. If an answer is clearly incorrect when the student first answers, I have the discretion to reject the answer without having you repeat it or spell it. All players, please remember to be recognized before you answer a toss-up, even if you appear first on your screen. The order on your screen may be different from the screens of the Certamen staff, and mine is the one that counts. Do we have an audience? And the audience all going to be, yeah, the audience will be watching a stream, so don't worry about that, I guess. And I think we can do the Aurelia passage. So let me pop that into the chat for you. Oh, thank you, Ms. Masoni.
I've got it, yeah.
Right. Aurelia, qui erps placebat, erat in Egypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. Tradicum ludos magnos Jovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurrere coipit. Eheu. Any questions from players about the way I say Latins? Cool, cool, cool. All right, so you guys are all here. Please remember not to do anything that can be construed as consultation, gestures, verbal or nonverbal, or any electronic communication with other players, your coaches, or audience members. You may not communicate with your teammates in any way other than by voice in Zoom or by Zoom chat. Coaches, players, there should be no exclamations about consultation or other rules or procedures during a question in progress. If players have a question during a toss-up, you should raise your hands or use the voice to ask the question. Probably voice would be better because I cannot actually see you while I'm reading the question. And then coaches, players, please remember that moderators have discretion to make rulings during the rounds. If there's an issue, please direct it to the Certamen chair, Jenny Luongo. Please be polite and respectful of our judgment. And we have identified captains and we're good. Just remember on bonuses, when you say final answer, that's going to be the final answer that has been said. And if time is called, if I ask for an answer, the next thing you say will be considered your final answer. Are there any questions from any players or coaches? Okay. We can't start yet, but I should probably open the questions. Seems like a good idea. So I'm going to do that. There it is. Okay. All right. So everyone's here. And then, since I don't see Miss Dorfler yet, Lisa, are you okay posting the Boni into the chat?
Yes.
Thank you.
I believe Sherry's still reading her intermediate round, so.
Oh, okay. We probably have a few minutes then. Don't go anywhere, but we've got a while. Yeah, it looks like there's still a couple of intermediate rounds going on. Oh. Well, they gave those extra boni in another room, so I don't see any reason we couldn't do that now.
I thought we were supposed to wait. The Maryland is a solo thing.
Oh, that was a different one. Okay, you're right. Yeah, I guess there were two sets of extra questions being told. Okay. I have irrefutable evidence that people are watching the World Series because I made reference to my amazing banana bread recipe on the live stream, and somebody in my intermediate round asked for it. So that made me feel good. So. There you go. That's for everybody. An unsolicited gift. The only thing that I do is where it says 1 cup of chocolate chips, you got to go find yourself caramel chips. They usually have them in the grocery store, but that just makes it amazing.
Like in addition to the chocolate chips?
Oh, no, instead. I'll tell you what I do. I usually make 4 different kinds when I make it because I'll make like a huge batch. And it makes like, because I also have started cooking it, which changes the cooking time a little bit, in like the little mini pans that you can make up. And I'll do some plain. I don't like nuts in my bread, but you know, you can do that if you want. I'll do some with chocolate chips, some with caramel chips, and some with white chocolate chips. They're all good. All good.
Butterscotch. I'm looking at this thinking butterscotch with the cinnamon.
The caramel chips are pretty similar.
I'm waiting for a finals World Series question to be recite the recipe for Canandina's banana chocolate chip.
In Latin.
Yes.
Little rough.
And for 5 points, do it in Greek.
I don't think I could do that.
Do the Greeks have a word for chocolate? Because if they don't, it would be impossible.
That's true. There's probably a few things in there that I'm not sure. Cinnamon would be, banana would be a little tough one too. We would just have to, ew. Ew.
Just describe it as closely as possible.
Considering my ultimate power as like co-host of this room, kicking Andrew out of the game. It's called banana bread. I don't know why you would do that.
But blueberries are very good with the banana.
I vote for blueberries. Anything with blueberries is good.
I agree, but I'm like one of those guys. Like if I'm having a 3-course meal, I don't want things to touch. So I'm okay with like blueberry muffins, and I'm great with banana bread. But I don't want crossing the streams would be bad.
I mean, I agree with you on the 3-course meal thing, but like, it's just so good together. They complement each other really well. The flavors.
What's your take on zucchini bread with blueberries?
I don't see a reason for it, I guess. Like I don't mind it, but I'm not like, when I looked at that, I was like, why did you put zucchini in bread? That's how I feel.
The reason is for those people who have so much zucchini in their garden that they sneak zucchini into other people's cars and parking lots.
I have a 3-year-old. I'm all about like sneaking vegetables into other things. So I actually found at the store, this is like, whoever thought this up is a genius. It was chicken tenders that have, I guess when they're like reconstituting them, they put vegetables in it. It was like, that's amazing.
Olivia says she has a legendary banana bread recipe.
Wow. Do it. The older, the better. I do agree with that. The thing that I like about my recipe is cooking it a little lower for a little longer, I think helps keep some of the moisture in. It's delicious.
What is the most outlandish thing that you have put in bread since quarantine began? This is a question for everybody.
I make apricot bread, but it's not very outlandish.
That sounds cool.
My daughter actually got really interested in baking bread. So we've made several different kinds of bread, but none of them are outlandish. They're, you know, fairly normal.
Yeah, I don't like soda bread. I know that some people love it. It's not my thing. I can appreciate it, but I don't want to eat it. I just don't like it. And that's coming from somebody who's more Irish than not. All right.
With a little bit of butter, but other than that, it's terrible.
Okay. So we added, oh, we got someone in the waiting room. All right, we'll let them in. Hi, Ms. Dorfler.
Hi, good to see you.
Yes.
We got the band back together. Hi, everybody.
We have been comparing
bread.
Have you pre-gamed?
We have pre-gamed. We're waiting for, we owe DC a bonus, so we're waiting for the go-ahead to give that and then to start, but we're more or less ready.
Am I bony pasty?
I think you are number in line pasty.
Okay, number in line pasty, got it.
Penny said she would take care of that.
So,
Take care of bony pasty.
okay, I am number in line pasty. Thank you very much. I will rename myself as well.
Sorry, my dog is being weird. Okay. All right. And that's fine. Okay, I think. Oop. Telling them we're ready.
How's everybody doing? You know, get the conversation going again. Like, I don't know. What was everybody's favorite thing about convention so far?
I really miss being with people. Like the whole convention experience. I mean, I'm glad we got to do some of convention, but it's definitely not the same.
No, that's true. Although, I mean, this is the first time. I was telling Ms. Dorfler, I think during the novice round, I set a record for number of Cheetos eaten during a Certamen round. There are some perks to it.
The highlight of my convention so far has been receiving 50 style points after thoroughly embarrassing myself in World Series of Certamen.
That sounds like the One Direction question.
It was, in fact, the One Direction question.
You can thank Noah McThenia for that.
I plan to. Thank you, by the way, for identifying whom I should thank.
Oh, I would put people on blast if they need to be. We have Indiana. Getting myself ready here.
So I don't know what's going on in your background, but I'm currently arguing with my brother about what makes fish tanks slimy. He wants to. He wants to.
Starting on this.
Ken, did you see that we got
all
the?
here? We have a bonus for you. All right. Okay, this is a replacement bonus for a question that was thrown out. So no need to buzz. This is a replacement bonus for DC only. You are getting one replacement bonus. Here it is. So for DC, which of the following words, if any, is not derived from the same Latin word? Jeopardy, opportunity, portion, depart, party.
All right, let's see. All right, Jeopardy. Oh, okay. Jeopardy is Iocus pars, so that's pars. Opportunity is portus. Depart is pars. Party is pars, and I'm gonna assume portion is pars, so it's got to be opportunity.
All
Does that
right.
sound right?
Yeah.
Opportunity. Final answer.
That is correct. So whatever it says your points are, add 5 to that.
Cool.
Which bonus was this replacing? The
Toss up 4 bonus 2 from round 2.
oh, I don't remember. Was it the okay?
Do you know the problem with that bonus?
It,
I have no idea.
the bonus was asking for the root of princeps, and we had an incorrect answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Should I make a note on this round's score sheet, or
I
is
sent it
okay.
directly to the Bone Trust, so
Sounds good.
they will get that. So yeah, it should be fine. So we needed it for 4 teams. 3 teams have been asked said question. I don't know who's where though. Looks like we're waiting for one room to do the replacement question, and then we should be ready to go. It is our mission to be done first. Not really, it doesn't matter how fast we go, it's just that the faster we go, the more likely that the World Series of Certamen semifinals will be longer than 13 questions, which is its current length right now. So, you know, just dealing with little guys. 3-year-olds are very, very tiring. All right, they're about to get to the bonus on the last one. If anybody has any brilliant World Series of Certamen ideas, feel free to privately send them to me in the Zoom chat.
Do they need to be of a specific category or anything?
Oh God, at this point, no. I think the problem, that's actually not bad. The problem we have is I think we had some new writers, and I think what they were doing is starting with the pop culture and trying to force the Latin in. And I think it's actually more effective to start with something that's Latin related and then make it work. So
the culture was killing me this time around, and I don't know if it's just because, you know, I haven't had contact with students since March, so I don't know any culture. Usually I know some, but it was hard.
We're getting younger. Like there were a couple of questions I was like, what is that? And then but the kids loved it. Like the feedback from the kids was like, I can't believe you actually knew that to ask. It was like, yeah, no problem. I didn't know what it was.
And I will say I have a 12-year-old in my household, and I could tell you a little something about Hamilton.
Yeah, that one I got. It's not bad. Andrew, the scarf behind you, which of those teams were you supporting in that game?
I was supporting Barcelona.
Oh, that's a better answer. Manchester United would have definitely been incorrect, but Barcelona, yeah, it's okay.
That's a good choice.
Thank you. I thought so. And they didn't lose today, which is about the nicest thing I can say that happened. Apparently, the replacement toss-up was given in a room that did not require doing a replacement toss-up. So they're ahead of the game. Yeah. Are we in the right view? Yes. Oh, wait. Are we in gallery view? We're supposed to be in gallery view, right? Or no, we're not. We're not for this. We are for World Series. Oh.
I thought what Jenny said is that the audience preferred gallery view.
Is that what we're in? It says gallery view. So I'm guessing that's what we're in, but it doesn't look like I'm in gallery view. I have you all on a ribbon on the top.
Then you're probably in speaker view, but I'm broadcasting from mine, so you can set it however you want.
That's true. All right.
Okay, we got the go ahead.
Woo! All right, we're gonna start. I'm gonna read a fake question for fake points. It's like World Series. Okay. Here we go. All right, I will read one question now, one practice question now for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in this tournament. Toss-up number 0, I guess. On November 9th, 63 BC, what, DC3?
The Catalanarian conspiracy.
That is not correct. I'll repeat for Indiana and Louisiana. On November 9th, 63 BC, what speech of Cicero was delivered from the rostrum ad populum? Indiana 1.
The third Catalanarian oration.
That's not correct. Louisiana. I can read it again. On November 9th, 63 BC, what speech of Cicero was delivered from the rostrum ad populum? Louisiana 1. More specific. That's correct. Your bonus, your fake bonus, Louisiana. What speech of Cicero was a defense for a great friend who was also an actor? This friend and Gaius Fannius were going to train the slave Panurgus as an actor until Panurgus was murdered.
I only know several of those. I only know In Contilinam and Pro Melone, purely because of JCL oratory.
No.
So what
Sorry,
do you
I
guys?
was talking to my dog, not you.
Marwan, James?
It's a fake question, Andrew.
It's a what?
It's a fake question.
Answer, please.
Pro Milone. Final answer.
Sorry, the correct answer is Proraskio Comoido. And the second bonus, in which of his speeches does Cicero defend a praetor of 63 BC who had helped carry out the punishment of the Catalanarian conspirators against charges of extortion?
Pro Milone. Final answer.
Pro Flacco. So 10 fake points on that question, and we are ready for real questions. Good luck to all three. Toss-up question number 1. Who led the Senate to reject Tiberius Gracchus's treaty saving the DC3?
Scipio Nasica.
That is not correct. I will repeat for Indiana and Louisiana. Who led the Senate to reject Tiberius Gracchus's treaty saving the army of Gaius Hostilius Mancinus when it had been trapped by the Numantines, then himself captured the city of Numantia in 133 BC? I can repeat it. Who led the Senate to reject Tiberius Gracchus's treaty saving the army of Gaius Hostilius Mancinus when it had been trapped by the Numantines, then himself captured the city of Numantia in 133 BC? Okay, I have read it entirely twice. I will call time. Indiana 1.
Cato the Elder.
That's not correct. Louisiana, any guesses? Louisiana 1.
Scipio Africanus.
So close. Scipio Aemilianus.
I was thinking that. I should have said that.
Should have. No points on question 1. Toss-up question number 2. Translate into English. Adventus sociorum saluti fessis Romanis fuit. DC 4.
The arrival of the Allies has been as a safety for the tired Romans.
That is correct. Your first bonus. What 2 uses of the dative are illustrated in that sentence? I can repeat the sentence. Adventus sociorum saluti fessis Romanis fuit.
All right, it's a double dative, so it's dative of reference and dative of purpose. Does that sound right, guys?
Nope.
All right. Final answer, dative of reference, dative of purpose.
That is correct. Your second bonus. What use of the genitive is illustrated in that sentence?
Could you please repeat the sentence?
Sure. Adventus sociorum saluti fessis Romanis fuit.
Oh shoot.
That's the arrival of the Allies.
Yeah. I don't. It can't be objective. Would it be subjective? That's a thing, right? It's like Adventus Caesaris.
Would it be
the arrival? I don't think so, because that's usually with an adjective, like vir sumai, vir tutus, right? So I think it's subjective. I've heard it before, or at least I.
Need an answer from your captain, please.
Okay, I defer.
Final answer, subjective genitive.
That is correct. 20 points for DC on toss-up question number 2. Toss-up question number 3. What name is shared by related Megarians, a general whose daughter Endeus married Iacchus, and an outlaw who compelled travelers to wash their feet? Then DC 1.
Skyron?
Skyron is correct. The rest of the sentence said, an outlaw who compelled travelers to wash their feet, then pushed them off a cliff into the jaws of a sea turtle. Your first bonus. What pair, the sons of Iacchus and Endeus, killed their half-brother Phocus at their mother's request?
Oh boy, Iacchus, alright. I assume that's the Iacchus in Aegina, right?
I don't...
What pair? Son of Iacchus and Endeus. I have no idea.
I don't have an answer.
Answer, please.
No answer.
It's Peleus and Telamon.
Peleus and who?
Telamon.
Thank you.
Your second bonus. Theseus killed Skyron the outlaw while traveling to Athens from what city?
Troezen, right? Troezen?
Yeah.
Should I answer with that?
Troezen, final answer.
That is correct. So 15 points on question number 3. Toss-up question number 4. The duel between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr is the climactic moment of the musical Hamilton. From what Latin noun with what meaning do we derive the noun duel? DC 4.
Bellum, war.
Bellum, war is correct. 10 points. And your first bonus. When entire units of the Roman army were found guilty of major crimes, generals culled a tenth of the soldiers responsible, a process known as decamatio. From what Latin word with what meaning do we derive cull?
Cull, this is one of those really odd ones. It's from Lego to read, or I guess would it be to collect in this, to gather in the situation? No, I think it's just to read, like legend, legion. Yes.
You got it.
Right, it's one of those really odd. Final answer, Lego to read.
That is correct. Your second bonus was such crimes could include insubordination, revolt, and cowardice. Give the Latin roots and their meanings of 2 of these crimes.
All right. Let's see. Insubordination. That's from Latin roots or meaning. So ordo, order. Revolt that's revolution. So that's wolwo to roll. Wolwo, wolui, wolutus. And cowardice is from cauda. Okay, all right.
Pick 2.
Okay. Cowardice is from cauda, meaning tail, and insubordination is from ordo, meaning order. Final answer.
That is correct. And you were right about revolt as well. So you were good either way. 20 points on question number 4. Toss-up question number 5. Aelius Stilo and Varro Reatinus wrote on the authenticity of works attributed to what author? DC 2.
Plautus.
That is correct. The rest of the question said what author of Rudens, Poinillus, Mostellaria, and 18 other comedies. Plautus is correct. Your first bonus. Volcatius Sididicus ranked Plautus second among 10 comedic playwrights. Which comedic playwright who was the author of Plautium was ranked first by Sididicus?
Caecilius Statius. That sound good?
Yep.
Okay, final answer, Caecilius Statius.
That is correct. In your second bonus, what writer of Fabulae Palliatae entitled Caupuncula and Pancratiastes was ranked last by Sididicus?
Ennius.
Sounds good.
Okay. Ennius, final answer.
Ennius is correct. So you have 20 points on question number 5, and we have reached the first score check, please.
All right, so after 5 questions, we have Louisiana is yet to score. DC has 75 points, and Indiana has yet to score, and I shall paste those into the chat.
Thank you. All right. Oh, right. Camera's on for a second. If they're not, let's see you all of our players at least. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. If you need to save bandwidth, you can turn yourself off now, and we will continue. Toss-up 6. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice, then responde Latine to the questions that follow. Bos in Sabinis nata, quidam patri familiae dicatur miranda magnitudine ac specie. Fixa per multas aetates cornua in vestibulo templi Dianae monumentum ei fuere miraculo. I will repeat. Bos in Sabinis nata, quidam patri familiae dicatur miranda magnitudine ac specie. Fixa per multas aetates cornua in vestibulo templi Dianae monumentum ei fuere miraculo. The question, cur haec bos miranda est? DC 4.
Magnitudine ac specie.
That is correct. Magnitudine ac specie will definitely work. And your first bonus, and we will post the passage for you. Your first bonus is ubi erant cornua huius bovis multas aetates.
All right, so where are the horns of the cow? In vestibulo templi Dianae. Does that sound right to everyone? In the vestibule of the temple of Diana. All right. Good. Final answer. In vestibulo templi Dianae.
That is correct. And your second bonus, cur cornua ibi fixa sunt.
Okay. So why were the horns fixed? So like fuera monument as like a monument.
Yeah.
So ei miraculo to that miracle, I guess. So quod quod fuera monumentum, and then if they ask, I'll specify or something.
Yes, please.
Final answer. Quod monumentum fuera.
That is correct. I will take that. Just in an abundance of caution, because it's not the answer. I mean, your answer is fine, but I'm just writing it down. Just in case, actually, for more than anything, in case it comes up in another room, I want to make sure that everybody takes it. Okay. So 20 points on question number 6. Toss for question number 7. What type of animal killed a child who was laid on a bed of parsley for DC 1?
A snake.
That is correct. Full question. What type of animal killed a child who was laid on a bed of parsley for safekeeping, filled the bridal chamber of Admetus and Alcestis, guarded the original shrine at Delphi before being killed by Apollo, and replaced the hair of Medusa? Your first bonus. Name that child who was laid on a bed of parsley for safekeeping by his nurse Hypsipyle.
Okay, I think his real name's Opheltes, but I always remember him more as Archemorus. It is Opheltes, though, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, sure, go with it.
Opheltes, final answer?
No, I'm just kidding. Either one of those would have been
Okay.
And your second bonus, name the serpentine guardian of the original shrine at Delphi who was killed by Apollo.
Python?
Yeah, Python.
Yeah, okay, Python, final answer.
That is correct. 20 points on question 7. Toss up question number 8. What author's religious views were so strict that he wrote a De Corona claiming military service as incompatible with the Christian faith, and a De Spectaculis discouraging Christians from taking part in theatrical spectacles, and converted to a strict non-orthodox sect known as Montanism? DC 2.
Tertullian?
Tertullian is correct. Your first bonus. What work of Tertullian written in 197 AD was written in the form of a speech addressed to governors of the provinces which sought to defend Christians from the attacks of pagans?
That's Apologeticum. I can't remember if it's or us. I think it's
All right, go with it.
Got it.
Okay. Apologeticum.
No, that's another one. It could have been either one. You were going to be. So that is correct. Your second bonus. What other Christian apologist series of 81 letters provides information on the nature of life in Africa Proconsularis and the persecutions occurring in Christian communities during the 3rd century AD?
Is it St. Augustine or is he later?
He's later. I want to say it's
Wasn't-
Minucius Felix.
Good.
Wait, was Lactantius from Africa? Or maybe I'm thinking something different.
I'm gonna go with Minucius Felix.
Yeah, trust your instinct.
Okay, final answer Minucius Felix.
I'm sorry, it was Cyprianus or Cyprian. So you have 15 points on question number 8. Toss up question number 9. Give the Latin word which means in the works of or in the present. DC 4.
Opere citato.
It's not correct. I will repeat for Indiana and Louisiana. Give the Latin word which means in the works of or in the presence of. Give the Latin word which means in the works of or in the presence of. Read it twice. If there are any guesses, needs to be now. Louisiana 1.
Crescentio.
That's not correct. Anyone on Indiana want to give it a shot? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call time. It's apud, A-P-U-D. So no points on number 9. Toss-up question number 10. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine, quem Diocletianus nominavit Herculeum Augustum. DC 4.
Maximinianum.
That is not correct. I will repeat for Indiana and Louisiana. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine, quem Diocletianus nominavit Herculeum Augustum. No buzzes. I have read it twice. All right, I'm going to call time. You were very close. You added an extra syllable. In Latin, his name is just Maximianus, and you said Maximinianum, so you had an extra in there. So I could not take your answer. So there will be no points on question 10. And could we have a score, please?
Yeah, so after 10 questions, we have Louisiana yet to score, DC with 130 points, and Indiana yet to score.
Okay. Camera's on. Say hi, everybody. Has anyone else noticed, like, if you've done Google Meet or Zoom, there's a thing now, like, whenever, like, people are ending classes or when we end meetings, like, my boss and all my colleagues, when they're waving goodbye to people, they use both hands. I was like, I've never done this in my life. And, like, 80% of people are doing it, and it freaks me out. I don't like it, and stop that, Ms. Dorfler. Okay. All right. So when you leave the room, please don't do that. All right. We are going to continue with toss-up number 11. What author of the Silver Age, who was given the epithet Rhetor, gives us insight into the type DC2?
Seneca the Elder.
That is correct. Gives us insight into the types of exercises practiced in schools of rhetoric in his Oratorum et Rhetorum Sententiae Divisiones Colores. Your first bonus. What is the name of the rhetorical exercise based on Greek or Roman law, which involved a fictitious trial with opposing sides?
Okay, I always get them mixed up. So one of them's the Controversia, the other one's the Suasoria.
It's the S1, I think. Because it's like wouldn't the rhetors, like, you'd have to take a person's opinion from the past?
Well, I know
say
here
if
about both of them. Okay, Suasoria.
Guess.
Final answer?
No, it's Controversiae. Your second bonus. What is the name of the rhetorical exercise in which an orator has to guide the action of a famous mythological or historical figure who is facing a difficult decision?
Okay, that one's the Suasoria. Final answer.
That is correct. Suasoria is correct on that one. So 15 points on question number 11. Toss-up question number 12. Who inhabited Oechaleia and married Amphitrion's widow Alcmene after fleeing his native Crete, where he had established a great reputation as a lawgiver? DC 4.
Rhadamanthus.
Rhadamanthus is correct. Your first bonus. Because of this reputation, Rhadamanthus was made one of the judges of the dead, where he served alongside what brother of his?
Minos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minos, final answer.
That is correct. And your second bonus, what native of Oenone was traditionally considered the third judge of the dead?
Sarko.
Judge of the dead, right? Iacchus, right?
Yeah. You're right.
All right. Iacchus, final answer.
Iacchus is correct. Good. 20 points on question number 12. Also question number 13. What Latin phrase, which is similar in form to a mari usque ad mare, might someone use in order to say that an evening was wonderful from DC4?
Ab owo usque ad mala.
That is correct. Ab owo usque ad mala. The rest of the question just said a phrase that someone might use in order to say that an evening was wonderful from beginning to end and is equivalent to the English turn of phrase from soup to nuts. Your first bonus, a mari usque ad mare, is the national motto of what country?
Canada, right?
Yeah, Canada.
Canada, final answer.
That is correct. I really wanted to say the twice because it's written twice in the question. Your second bonus. What Latin phrase serves as a reminder not to say anything bad about the dead?
Dic de mortuis nil nisi bonum. Sounds good. Final answer. Dic de mortuis nil nisi bonum.
I haven't heard of a deep.
Yeah, I have never seen it with the deek, so I am going to say no. But we will make a note of that. The rest of your answer was perfectly fine. We will just need to check whether or not you can add the deek in there. So for right now, we're going to give you 15 points, and we're going to move on to question 14. Gwendolyn, can you just make a note of exactly what was given?
Yeah, so I have Dic de mortuis nil nisi bonum as what was given. Is that right?
Everything fine, just the deek. Not sure if we can add that. All right, thank you. So right now we're going to give you 15 points. Also question number 14. What river divided Cisalpine Gaul into northern DC3?
Is it the Po River?
It is, in fact. The question said, what river divided Cisalpine Gaul into northern and southern regions and is today Italy's longest? The Padus or the Po were both acceptable. Your first bonus. What river located in southern Gaul started in the Alps and flowed into the Mediterranean near Arles?
That's the Rhone.
The Rhone.
Yeah.
The Rhone, yeah.
The Rhone River, final answer.
That is correct. And your second bonus, what river ran through the provinces of Rhaetia, Noricum, Pannonia, and Moesia?
Oh, this is the Danube. Danube River, final answer.
That is correct. Sorry, we're just dealing with a point of, so 20 points on question 14. We're dealing with a point on another question real quick. All right, there we go. Toss-up question number 15. Translate the two verb forms wexy and weeksy. DC4.
Weeksy is I lived, and wexy is I carried.
That is correct. 10 points. Your first bonus, translate the two verb forms quise and quiese.
All right. Okay. Quio quere, queo quere, quiwi. So quise, that's just quiwise, so that's to have been able. And then quiese, quiesco, quiescere. No, queo quere, quiewi, quiewise. So to have been able, and then to have rested.
Okay.
Or to have
Yeah,
been
you
quiet.
got it.
All right. Final answer. Quise is to have been able, and quiesa is to have rested.
That is correct. And your second bonus, translate the two verb forms peperi and pepuli.
Okay. All right. It's pario, parere, peperi, partus. So that's peperi is I gave birth, and then pepuli pello, pellere, pepuli, pulsus, to push. So peperi is I have given birth, and pepuli is I have pushed. Does that sound right, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Final answer. Peperi is I have given birth, and pepuli is I have pushed.
That is correct. So you have 20 points on that one. And let's do the score check at 15, please. Cameras on and say hi. James, Marwan, what's up? Alazar, what's up?
All right. So after 15 questions, we have Louisiana yet to score, DC with 220 points, 5 pending on the De Mortuis question, and Indiana with yet to score. And here those are.
Right. We are going to go back. So DC, we're going to go back to question number 10, where you said maximinianum. So I don't think it's right, but just in an abundance of caution, since we don't want to have to pull you in for bonuses before the semifinal, I'm going to read you the 2 bonuses because no other team gave anything that could have maybe been considered correct. So it's back to question 10. Do not award any points, but I'm going to go ahead and ask them the boni and just make a notation that if the toss-up is considered correct, we need to go back and give them X number of points.
Is this like a 1-syllable thing?
No, this was the Quem Diocletian. Yeah. Yes, but I mean, it's a Latin name. I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't saying that it should be. I was just asking if that's why.
I doubt you're going to get it, but you know what? Hey, let's read them anyway. So DC only. Responde Latine, in qua provincia habitavit Diocletianus, postquam abdicavit.
Dalmatia, right?
Yeah.
In Dalmatia? Does that sound okay, where it is. In qua provincia.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
in
pretty sure it's
Dalmatia.
This is
What
just
is
Latin.
yeah, it's Responde Latine.
Could it be a
All right.
though?
No, and what wait, what?
I don't know. Oh, just go in Dalmatia.
Final answer, in Dalmatia.
That is correct. And the second bonus, Responde Latine. Quale aedificium maximum Constantinus finivit inter arcum titi et forum.
Okay, what kind of building?
They built an arch.
Well, this is Constantine, right? Constantinus, right? Wait, did he build an arch? The
Yeah,
arch
Arch of Constantine.
Wait, but it's between the Arch of Tyson Forum.
Between the arch and the forum.
Yeah, so are we just saying Arcus? Are you sure? He built an arch in Rome?
Confident.
Yes, please.
Final answer, Arcus.
Nope, it's a basilica.
Okay.
It also, even if it was an Arcus, that's accusative. You would have to be accusative. So maybe 15 points, but between you and me, don't hold your breath. But we've got our bases covered, and that's important. All right. So everyone back in. We're going to go to toss-up question number 16. What author of the 1st century BC gives us a rich account of his friend Atticus's character, literary interests, and political attitudes in his work of at least 16 books that contains biographical sketches of Romans, DC2?
Cornelius Nepos.
Cornelius Nepos is correct. It said biographical sketches of Romans, Greeks, and foreigners was the ending. Your first bonus. The only remnants of Cornelius Nepos's De Viris Illustribus are one book on foreign military leaders and part of another book containing the lives of Latin historians, of which only 2 biographies remain. One of these biographies is the biography of Atticus. Which Latin historian is the subject of the other biography?
Oh God. Shoot.
Livius.
Did he write about like political figures? Or maybe not.
God.
Oh, it's which Latin historian? Never mind.
Pictor.
Answer, please.
Oh yeah.
That's not right. Fabius Pictor.
You have to say the thing.
Oh, final answer.
I'm sorry. No, it's Cato the Elder.
Oh, okay.
Your second bonus. What poet dedicated his libellus of poetry to Cornelius Nepos?
It's Catullus. Final answer.
That is correct. 15 points on question 16. Toss-up question number 17. Say in Latin, it's hailing. DC4.
Grandinat.
Grandinat is correct. Your first bonus, say in Latin, I'm tired of the work.
Okay. Me opus operis. Yeah, me operis tidet. Does that sound right, guys? It
Yes.
tires me of the work.
Yep, yep,
Me.
yep.
Final answer. Me operis tidet.
That is correct. And your second bonus, say in Latin, he regrets his mistakes.
Okay, so that's pinatet to sorrow and regret. So of his mistakes. So culparum. Okay, eam culparum pinatet. Do you think we have to say, I guess suarum? Eam suarum culparum pinatet. Does that sound right, guys?
What about the his part?
I said suarum
Oh yeah,
culparum.
you're good. You're good then.
Answer, please.
Final answer. Eam suarum culparum pinatet.
Yes, I'm going to take it. I mean, that's right. We don't have that on the paper, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Maybe it gets taken away from you, but this one I would feel very confident of keeping. So there's a big discussion going in the chat. I'm not going to ask right now. So go ahead and give them the points, please, Gwendolyn, and just make a note, please, of the answer that basically everything was fine except he said culparum instead of we just didn't have that on there. And okay, great, no problem.
Your full answer.
You're fine. He said eum suarum culparum pinatet.
Good.
That's fine. I've got notes too. Okay, we're going to take that. We're going to give you 20 points. Toss-up question number 18. Responde Latina. Cuyus arcu sagatisque usus est philoctetes ut DC4?
Hercules.
Hercules is correct. Full question read, Cuyus arcu sagatisque usus est philoctetes ut paridem occideret. Your first bonus. Responde Latine. A quo philoctetes morsus est in insula Tenedo.
Could you repeat, please?
Could you? Oh, okay, yeah, repeat.
Put it in the chat or something. Could you please repeat?
Oh, sure. Responde Latine. A quo philoctetes morsus est in insula Tenedo.
Snake, right? So serpente, a serpente. Does that wait? He was bit by a snake, right?
Yes.
And left on tenes.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I just say a serpente?
Yeah.
All right. Final answer. A serpente.
That is correct. Your second bonus. Responde Anglicae. Hoc volnus tam odorum erat, ut Graeci philocteten relinqueret in qua insula.
Is it just where was the wound? It's on his foot.
No. It's this wound was so odorous that the Greeks left Philoctetes on what island?
Oh, Lemnos.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, just on English, on Lemnos.
Lemnos, final answer.
That is correct. 20 points on question 18. Toss-up question number 19. For anything. Give the form of prosum that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. Complaints will not benefit us now. DC4.
Proderunt.
Proderunt is correct. Complaints will not benefit us now. Your first bonus. Give the form of prosum that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. He ate so much pie that it benefited him to lie down.
Okay, so that's just imperfect subjunctive, right? He ate so much of that. So prosum, prodessa, so Wait, oh, it's right here. He ate so much pie that, yeah, it benefits. So Prodicet, right?
Yeah.
Prodicet.
I defer.
Yeah.
Final answer, Prodicet.
Prodecet. Yes, that is correct. Your second bonus, give the form of prosum that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. I'm asking how this benefited us.
I am asking, so this is first sequence of tense, so how this benefited us, so prosum Prodicet, profui, so how this, wait, how it was in benefit of us. I'm pretty sure it takes dative, so I think it would just be profuerit, unless it's profuerimus, but
No, I think it'd be profluent.
Yeah, I think.
Answer
final answer, profuerit.
Profuerit is correct. 20 points on that one, and if we could have our last score check, please.
So going into the final question, we have Louisiana, yet to score. DC with 295 points, pending 20 for the those two questions. Yep, the stuff. And Indiana with yet to score. And here are those.
Last question. Toss up 20. Political life moves in mysterious ways. Name the wealthy man of a famous family who, although he was exiled in the reign of Caligula, became consul during the reign of Claudius and the figurehead of a conspiracy against Nero in 65 AD that cost him his life. DC 4.
Piso.
Say again, please.
Piso.
Piso is correct. Your first bonus. Piso brought many down with him. Name the young writer of the epic Bellum Civilis who was forced to commit suicide as a result of being associated with the conspiracy.
Lucan. Okay, Lucan, final answer.
That's correct. In your second bonus, Nero was infamous for his excesses, but one of his more remarkable excesses was taking as a wife Poppaea Sabina, who had been married to one of his friends. Who was this friend of Nero who gave up his own wife to his friend?
That's also. Yeah, Jonas, Otho.
Yeah, he gave up Poppaea. Yeah, he was married to Poppaea Sabina.
Otho, final answer.
That is correct.
Good.
Okay, so that is the end of the round. Can we get the final score, please?
Of course. At the end of the round, we have Louisiana did not score, DC with 315 pending the 20, and Indiana did not score.
Okay. All right, so thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your virtual Certamen experience. I just posted in the chat, that is the link to the live score sheets. So remember that the top 9 teams will be heading off to semifinals tomorrow, so you will get more information about that. And other than that, we are done, and hope you guys have a good rest of your virtual convention. And thanks for playing.
Everybody, 2-hand wave at Mr. Andino.
I love it so much. Thank you so much. I would screen cap that, but then I would have to punch myself over and over.